First and foremost, hope all of you are having a wonderful Thanksgiving. Today we're going to look at Purdue versus Gonzaga that occurred on November 20th, which is, as of this recording, about 3 or 4 days ago. This was ranked 2 versus Purdue's 2, Gonzaga's 11. We're going to discuss the big change that I think, the 3 big changes that occurred after halftime, and why I thought midway through that Purdue wasn't that great, and then why at the end I think Purdue actually was much better than Gonzaga in the final 20 minutes or so. Let's go. All right, we're going to break this into 3 areas. We're going to talk about how essentially Purdue and Gonzaga switched between the first and the second half and their philosophies and how I think it impacted the end result of the game. So the first thing is Purdue's first goal, like their primary objective, was to get the ball into Zach Edey. This was the first thing I was not a huge fan of. Okay, so Zach Edey, he made, I think, his first 2. But then after that struggled, I think he missed like 6 in a row or something like that. The first half, he was like 3 for 9 on these little hooks right here. I thought Gonzaga did a really good job forcing him to shoot difficult shots, and I think it helped them in the long run. This was essentially Purdue's offense. Like, they were going through Edey because Gonzaga was guarding them one-on-one. They were content with that, and we can see that the score is 17-11 right now. Clearly, Purdue was struggling in offense slightly. And it cuts off before the shot right here. But the reason this transition happened is Edey missed a shot at the rim. And so this led to Gonzaga getting these transition opportunities, which was their best offense, frankly. Then we jump ahead to the second half and can see a completely different style of offense from Purdue. Everything is motion-based. Instead of using Edey as a post-up on the block, they use him as a threat on the perimeter with a ball screen. Okay, make Gonzaga rotate on defense, worry about the rollers, etc., get a little advantage right here if you make contact whatsoever. And they got much better looks through this simple change in philosophy. Because Zach Edey's, his benefit is he's super mobile as a big man. Okay? So you can punish this help side from Gonzaga. Boom, 34's got to come over, kick the ball around, open 3 for Purdue. And the beautiful thing is, like, even if you're not getting the ball into Zach Edey, he still represents a tremendous force in the idea that he's just bigger and, frankly, more athletic than all the other bigs he's going to go up against. Again, so first off, we can already see 8 minutes into the game, Purdue is outscoring Gonzaga on like a 12-0 clip right there. Okay, same concept. We're taking advantage of the other defenders. This dude's got to worry about the roll. He's cheating in, staring at the ball, and Purdue just makes a simple cut into open space. Boom. And then the second area we move into is, again, we're looking at the first half for Gonzaga here, is Gonzaga settled for some shots that I think, frankly, were ill-advised shots. And this is, credit to Purdue's defense for forcing these shots. They deserve some credit for sure. Anything that's going to be contested, floater, outside the paint, this is a very, very difficult shot for players to make. NBA players even. Again, we can see almost the same concept is Edey forces the shot to happen outside the paint just from his presence right there. A banked floater, no. Same contact. That's probably what they want. Edey on an island with a guard, and that's probably good, but Jesus. A hook shot from outside the paint, not a good shot. Then we jump to the second half. We can see the same concept from Gonzaga applied. The issue is they missed most of these shots, and Purdue made the transition where they punished them, ironically, in transition. Okay, Purdue looked to take advantage of these bad shots, get the rebound, and push it the other way quickly, and Purdue got a bunch of points this way. So it's a major win if you can force Gonzaga into A, a bad shot, and then B, get better shots on your end because they're taking these off-balance floaters from the edge of the paint. Okay, so even here, we can see that they look to push quickly in transition, get the defense while they're still moving, and then make a difficult shot, but more importantly, probably get fouled. Then we go to our third area, which is in Gonzaga's three-point shooting. They allowed their bigs to shoot with essentially a green light, and Zach Edey was obviously content to allow this to happen, and they ended up making a couple of these. And so this is probably not a good look by and large, but the fact that they made a couple of them really impacted the game, especially early on, until Purdue, again, adjusted. So what are they leaving? They're leaving wide open. They don't care. No one's closing out. Let him be. And he ended up making it. So again, we can see, we're going to watch how they guard right here. 13 comes to the top of the key. Zach Edey is like, maybe I'll kind of close out. And again, he makes it. And you can see the first thing Zach Edey actually does is after he makes it, he looks to the coaching bench right away, which you assume means that there's been some communication on how to guard that. But the issue is not only did this apply to the bigs, but it also applied to the guards. Like this is like, if your name's Steph Curry, yeah, let's go ahead and shoot these kinds of shots. But like if it's not Steph Curry and you're in college, probably a bad shot by and large. See, still in the first half at this point, Gonzaga shooting pretty well from three. And then so this is actually the bigger issue. So because Purdue is now a little bit worried about this three-pointer, Zach Edey feels like he has to like loosely guard the ball, but he's got to be worried about this three right here. And that you cannot do. You got to prioritize the rim. And so Zach Edey gets caught kind of in no man's land, and Nembhard does a good job where he explodes and finishes with ease at the rim. And so this is the big thing. This is the situation that Purdue cannot allow to happen. And so we go to the second half, and the adjustment is on all ball screens. On all of these little ball screens, we can see where Zach Edey is involved in it. He doesn't care about the three-point shot. The coaches talk to him, like, no, prioritize the rim. And even as the ball gets swung around, but the difference is when it's one-on-one, they do want him slightly out there. So the difference, ball screen, you protect the rim. If it's one-on-one, get out there and force him to drive. And what do drives lead to, especially from big guys that aren't super capable of handling the ball? Turnovers, and then back to what we talked about, transition for Purdue. And we can see the very next possession, Zach Edey, we're looking at how he's playing defense. Ball screen comes up, what is he going to do? Right now, we're thinking he's going to prioritize the guard. Let's see if that occurs. Boom, what does he do? He doesn't care about the three-point shot at all, prioritizes the rim. They force a difficult shot, even though he makes it. That's a good defensive possession for Purdue. Okay, again, we're watching now Zach Edey. This is a different big man, but again, it's almost the exact same concept. Loosely, if they pass to the corner, we're going to let them shoot a contested three, and we're going to go get the rebound, and we're going to punish them in transition. Okay, what do we do? Just kick the ball across, a great finish at the rim. And then the last thing I wanted to briefly touch on is in this ball screen, because they're not worried about the bigs anymore, the guarantee that they told the point guard coming over the screen to have super active hands when they try and swing this ball out here. This is another way of kind of guarding what they're trying to do. Zach Edey's taking away the rim. Okay, the point guard doesn't have easy access. And this guard, as you're getting back in front, have active hands just to deflect that ball. This little lazy pass right here with your outside hand trying to find the big man, don't allow that to happen. Just have active hands in the passing lane and get the deflection. So finally, in conclusion, looking at the three areas where Purdue essentially adjusted over halftime was not forcing the ball to Zach Edey, allowing motion offense to get their offense, allowing Gonzaga to shoot difficult threes and then punishing them in transition, and then allowing difficult shots like floater style and pushing them in transition as well. Very, very impressed with how Purdue responded in this game. And I'd say as of right now, Purdue and Marquette are probably my top two teams that I've seen that I've really watched. Maybe Tennessee, but they struggled against Syracuse a little bit. But overall, hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Again, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.